We just made our most controversial decision of our blogging career, and it goes against every monetization expert's advice. We are going to demonetize everything, remove our paywalls, stop selling for a year, and somehow I think this is our smartest decision ever. So today we're going to be breaking down our monetization or demonetization strategy for 2026 and into 2027 that maybe is going to have you calling us crazy.
Hi everyone, we're the Branding Fix, two solo bloggers turned co-workers who are now documenting how we rebuild our blogs in the age of AI. So welcome to co-working, clock in, get in your comfy chair, because over here, content creation and blogging is our business. And today we are sharing our full monetization and demonetization plan for the next 12 to 18 months. And yes, fair warning, because this is going to be very controversial, might sound backwards, and you might think we are insane. Now, here's the thing. There is a problem right now with current monetization strategies. And we really believe that traditional monetization is failing content creators today, and it will continue to do so in the future. Because there is clear content fatigue, monetization fatigue, and people just wanting to check out of all things content creators and signing up for every single program, buying from every single merch shop, joining every single community, exclusive content, and more.
Absolutely. And I think it's time for content creators to stop listening to gurus and just read the room. You have to look at what your audience is saying, and the audience is saying, one, they are tired of so much content, and also they're tired of being sold, paying for every single $5 membership, and they're just fatigued. I've even seen people saying that they are tired of paying subscriptions for things they enjoy, just from the fact that everywhere you look at, there's a subscription being sold. So now, because we do like to read the room and pay attention to where trends are going and what people are saying, we have decided to basically demonetize. So part of our controversial demonetization strategy was basically making the decision that we are not going to be selling anything for 12 to 18 months. Now, that doesn't mean we're not making income, because we still have things that are providing income. We'll talk about that, how we're still paying the bills. But the biggest thing is the fact that, there's world events happening, there's economy, things are shifting, and all of that has to play into how you decide to monetize your audience so that people feel a certain level of trust also with you, but that you're actually performing and putting all of your efforts into places where you're going to get the most result. And I feel like right now, putting effort into creating, for example, special content for a membership tier, or even creating merch or creating anything like that in a time where people don't have as much money, and also a lot of people are just tired of consuming. I think there is a big shift away from consumption, and people don't want to buy as much, even the ones that do have money. So I think that is something that you need to also sit with depending on how your monetization is. But for us, definitely is all about not selling. So wherever we still had things on, they're getting switched off.
Yes, absolutely. I think reading the room is something that we're very happy we're doing, and that comes with us slowing down, looking around, and thinking about our next steps. And speaking of next steps, let's get into what specifically we are demonetizing. Now, the first thing we are turning the off switch on is memberships. So anywhere we have a membership, a paywall, a subscription of any kind, we are turning it off. So all social media subscriptions, may it be Instagram, YouTube, just anywhere, we are turning those off. And I know we've talked about Substack being one of our biggest monetization platforms. We are turning off that paywall as well. We even had bonus paid episodes. We are turning all of that off. Just anywhere where we're charging people to read our content, that is going. Same thing on our blogs. We don't have paywalled content there, but if we did, we would be turning that off too. So basically anywhere we are asking people for money to consume our content, that has to go.
And one other thing that I am switching off as well that I still had on is my merch shop. So that is getting completely deactivated and will no longer exist. So what we're really going to focus in the next 12 to 18 months is reach and providing value over revenue. And I know that that seems counterproductive and what are you talking about? But it is really important to focus on brand building and really establishing trust with your audience, connection with your audience, building community, and of course, driving traffic. And a lot of that is going to be no brand deals, no sponsorships, no sponsored content, even no ads on the newsletter. So none of those things, so that we can just really focus on bringing value to our followers and our subscribers and providing them with the free content that they can consume.
Absolutely. Because one of the things Francesca and I realized that we were doing was we were just turning and burning and creating content and selling. So yes, we gave a lot of free, but then we're also squeezing in something here, and we weren't really building connection with our community. They were just kind of like over there and we're over here and we're telling them what to do. Instead, we want everyone to be on the same level. So spending that time and getting to know our community, community, showing up for them, listening to them, and actually providing content that they want and that they need, not what we think they want and need. So I'm really excited to go on this journey of connecting more and building that loyal following. I know a lot of us say we want loyal, cult-like followers, but the truth is we're really not taking the time needed to create that. So that's a big focus for us. But we do have bills to pay. And I'm always that person who says, look, I can't sit down. I need to work because I need to get a paycheck. So we do have plans to still pay the bills and keep the lights on. And we're planning to pay the bills through these 4 income streams. So the first one is staying on our blog ad network. We know we say we're demonetizing, but we're keeping the ads on our blogs. I'm on Raptive, Francesca is on Mediavine, so we are going to keep that going in order to pay the bills. We are also excited to join the YouTube Partner Program. Yes, we know YouTube doesn't pay as much as the blog ad networks, but once we qualify for that, which we're keeping our fingers crossed is very soon, we will be turning that on once that becomes available. So ads will be served to our viewers on YouTube without having to ask them for money. And no, we're not turning on YouTube memberships. Again, remember, we're keeping memberships off. We are also going to be a lot more strategic with our affiliate links. Now, we have affiliate links sprinkled throughout our blog posts and sometimes in our newsletter, but we are planning to share our affiliate links across the board. We're also going to be a bit more strategic with that as well and be a lot more selective with the links and the products that we're promoting through said links. We're also going to be sharing our LTK shop page and also promote that as a one-stop shop, yes, where readers and watchers and viewers and just consumers of our content can easily find the things that we're using. And again, we're being strategic, so we're not link pushing and product pushing. If it's not something that we're using and find value in, we are not promoting it. And finally, another income stream to help us pay the bills will include downloadable products. So that includes downloadable guides on my side. Francesca will be doing downloadable templates, and we are also going to be paying attention to what it is our readers actually want and need and use. So if it's not something that's helpful, we're not just going to create it because it's a money grab. Because every day I'm on social media, I'm constantly being sold something and I'm like, yeah, I don't really need this. This is not up my alley. So we will be talking to our community, polling our community, and more importantly, listening, doing a lot of social listening to see what it is that people need. And we're also going to prioritize low ticket items. So you're not going to be seeing things in the hundreds of dollars, okay? It's going to be very low ticket value. And Fran, I may go on a limb and say everything is going to be under $20 for sure, maybe even 10.
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing above that. Everything has to be very affordable, but very intentional as well. We're not creating any products out here just because we heard someone say that that is the thing that's going to make you money. Like go on Canva and create XYZ just because somebody's buying it. No, none of that. Also, none of like the reseller kind of products, like somebody else created it and you're just going to adapt it and resell. None of that. Being very intentional with things that our audience needs, that we create, that we are proud to create, and we think that it provides value to them, and we're going to sell that to them in a way that is not expensive. So I think with all of those things we just talked about, it's pretty clear, but I'm going to tell you anyway, what we are really focusing on is brand building and creating a really engaged audience that trusts and connects with us, because I think it's really important looking at the future that your audience trusts you, cares about you, connects with you, because long are the days of just having like transactions with your audience. You're selling them this thing and they disappear and you're never going to see them again just because what they wanted a t-shirt. So we're really going to focus on what it is that our audience needs and how we can provide value, provide information, provide the things that they need in order for them to get the value that they want from our particular niches. In a way that actually means that it's our plan for long-term domination of our space and our niche, which is really exciting.
Yes, it's really exciting. I know it might sound crazy, but I'm thinking, you know what? Some people might feel like, oh my God, that is scary. You should be fearful. But I'm actually excited. I'm actually excited to demonetize. I'm actually excited to just really slow down and connect with my audience and provide valuable content that they can consume, but also things that are worth buying that I actually use and that I can recommend wholeheartedly. I'm really looking forward to this new era. I think social media and blogging and brand building and everything else is kind of going back to basics. So I'm really optimistic about the future. And with that in mind, we do need to set up a timeline. We do need to pay attention to the analytics. We need to pay attention to the money, and we need to set up our expectations for what the next 12 to 18 months will look like and how we will determine if this is successful or not. Now, as of the time of recording, we still have 2 months left, 2.5 months left in 2025. So what we are planning to do is at the end of the year, we are going to take tally of our entire income. We're also going to divide up our total income according to income streams. So we're going to look at, okay, how much money did we make for this downloadable template that we had behind a paywall or a guide? We're going to look at paid memberships. We're going to look at all the platforms that we're planning to turn off, how much money we made there. We're also going to look at how much effort we put in over over there as well. So my goal for the next year, the next 12 to 18 months specifically, is if I can recover all the money that I would be losing by turning off these platforms through driving traffic and yes, getting that ad network money, be more strategic with the affiliate links, and being more mindful about the products I'm selling. If I can turn all the memberships off and spend more time on these 2 to 3 items, if I can recover that money and more, I would consider it a win. I will be looking at analytics in the first 3 months, then 6-month mark, then by the 9-month mark, I will be preparing for our Super Bowl season. Again, check out the video on the Super Bowl season and how we're preparing for that, and also just gearing up for that busy time, because like small businesses, actual brick and mortar businesses, we do tend to make the bulk of our money during a specific time of year. So I'll be taking a look at all the analytics over 2024, 2025, and then use that to kind of average things out and project for the next 18 months. And if we hit that number, and even if we don't make it, but we're pretty close, I would say it would be a success.
Absolutely, because remember, we are here to future-proof our blog for the age of AI, and I think that this is going to be a key part of it. But, all right, team, it is time to clock out. We've been talking monetization for a while, and I think we've thrown a lot at you. So you're probably going to need some time to digest all of that, and maybe you're still going to think that maybe these girls are crazy. So once you've thought about that, let us know in the comments if you do think we're crazy, or if we're onto something and you've kind of been feeling the same way, even as a consumer of content and not just a content creator. So let us know in the comments what your thoughts are on our monetization strategy, but also let us know if you've tried any unconventional monetization strategies yourself and what worked and what didn't.
And speaking of unconventional moves, in our next video, we are going to be talking all about our content planning strategy for 2026 and how we are going to decide what platforms are beneficial for us as bloggers. Because again, we've made peace, we can't be everywhere all the time. So we are going to share how we are deciding where we need to be and why we need to be there next year. So grab your planning tools, but also hit subscribe and the notification bell so that you can come co-work with us next week. And we can't wait to see you then so we can map out our execution plan. All right, everyone, see you in the next video.